Hi everyone, my name is Ishita Datta and I work with The Final Stand. And we are here to start a conversation and listen to you about your experiences in sustainable products and how you have got to the place, what inspires you. Before starting, I would like to introduce our panelist. We have Tanaya, who works with Sirohi, and she's still doing her graduation alongside. She's doing this because she loves and she's passionate about bringing change. We have Mayank Jain, who is the sole founder of Crucible, and he has a vision to make sustainability affordable and therefore accessible. Then we have Kunal with us, who is co-founder of Prachin Vidhan, and they have amazing products. All of these companies, you can check them out later on. Um, we would still like to know your vision and how your business of sustainability works from you for our viewers to have a brief idea. Starting with you, Tanaya, please give us a brief idea.
Sure. So I'd just like to clarify something. I'm just working as Sirohi's marketing and website manager currently, and I've been working there for the past 4 months, I would say. The big brains behind this entire initiative is our founder and director, Gauri Gopal Agrawal, who started this. So I'll just give you some context. Sirohi is our Lux sustainable brand that we just recently launched, which aims to promote a simplistic lifestyle through our furniture and home and lifestyle products that revive Indian culture and heritage. On the other hand, Skilled Samaritan Foundation is the non-for-profit organization that supports this brand and exclusively works towards our twofold mission of promoting a circular economy and the empowerment of artisans in rural communities in India. And I'll give you a brief about our products as well. They are all Lux sustainable, and each of them has been designed for utmost functionality and is hand woven by women artisans from rural North India, specifically Muzaffarnagar, which is in Uttar Pradesh, by using either sustainable natural material like cotton and jute, or by upcycling plastic and textile waste. So that's all what our brand is about.
Thank you so much for sharing, Mayank. We would like to listen from you now.
Yeah, so Crucible is all about making the switch to a sustainable lifestyle seamless. So from a personal experience, is something that the brand has evolved, and we're trying to make sustainability affordable. Nothing very great. Just that it's a very unorganized sector currently, and there's a huge gap between what people say and what's actually happening. While everybody wants to lead a sustainable life, everybody wants to give it a try, right? I mean, there are brands out there are people out there who are advocating it at a very high level. But when you actually go to the brand or actually go to the website or just go anywhere to buy that, you don't actually check out, right? The final checkout is not happening. I mean, 95% of the people that we did a research with said that, you know what, the product looks so nice, but when we go and see the price for a bamboo toothbrush being 250 rupees, we can't afford it. A family of 4,000 rupees every 3 months for toothbrush doesn't make sense, right? So that is where I was also facing a problem, and that is how we started this brand. So our core mission is to make it affordable, to make it accessible, and then we'll see whether we have to, whether it is made in India, it is made in China, made in Vietnam. That is a secondary thing for us. Right? For us, the most important thing is that people adapt it, because once people adapt it, then you can do wonders in this country. So that is how we started, and that is where we are heading. So that is what Crucible is all about.
Very good to hear your ideas. We will now move on to Kunal. Please share about your company and how you have come here.
Good morning. Thank you for having us here. So basically, I am a AcuTouch healer by passion and a beverage consultant by profession. So what happened was during this lockdown, we were just sitting and thinking about how it's affecting all of us, affecting the world, affecting the environment, and all that. And my wife, who is one of the co-founders of the company, being environmental geek, eco-friendly geek, and sustainable girl. So basically, we have been doing a lot of practices, sustainable practices back home since many years, because we always look at plastic free and eco-friendly, sustainable, reuse, recycle, those kind of stuff. So we've been practicing some ancient techniques and ancient practices. That's why we have called our company Prachin Vidhan, which means ancient techniques and practices, which we were following at home, and we thought it's time we bring it out to the society and make it available for everybody. Like Mayank said, of course, the price is the key there. So that's why we are also working on a very low margins by not involving any middlemen, and not giving out the extra money there, so that we directly want to approach the customers and make it pocket friendly. Because if it is deep pockets, as Mayank said, people would step back. So that's the key. We want the sustainable products to be, pocket friendly for our customers, and we want them to make the switch easily, and it should not be a burden for them. So that's how Prachin Vidhan was born, and we started off with few products. It's just been like 2.5, 3 months now, and we have about 25 products on board. We follow all kinds of sustainable packaging and sustainable materials. Also, we want to contribute very less to the carbon footprint. So we try our best to ship out bulk and buy products in bulk, those kind of stuff.
Thank you, Kunal. That was a very great idea of your work, and it's amazing to hear all this. My next question to you is, what inspires you into this business? And when we talk about sustainable lifestyle, it's actually each step that we take. Three of you have different categories which cover different fields of which tries to cover the lifestyle activities that we are doing. So what inspires you into this is something that I would like to know. Starting with you, Tanaya, please go ahead.
Cool. So, as I said, the business has been started by Gauri, and she actually started the idea for Skills Samaritan and eventually Sirohi came from her experience working in this little Arcadian village called Sirohi in Haryana. And that was in 2012, and she was working on a solar lighting project in that village. And that was the time when she actually got the chance to, really interact and observe the local communities in that region. And she realized that there's a huge opportunity gap there, because she saw these women weaving these small charpais out of chocolate wrappers and selling them for like 50, 60 rupees. And that was their income. And this one instance led her to, build this entire foundation. She thought, why not make this into an actual thing where we can actually use the existing skill sets that these women artisans have and use it sustainably, use it smartly to actually promote a circular economy. And that one instance really led to all of this being born. We actually started work of producing such furniture, home and lifestyle products in Jan 2019. And the problem that we faced at that time was that we didn't really get as many artisans as we thought to work with us. So only one woman started working for us in Jan 2019. Her name is Gohar Fatma. Because in those communities, women are discouraged to work. And this was something that we really wanted to change, because their weaving skills are so flawless. It's just amazing to watch them at work. And so we just continued. And today, it's been almost 2 years, I would say. And we have over 150 women artisans who are working for us, with us, from over 3 villages in the Muzaffarnagar district. So I think that one, observation, that one instance with those women weaving charpais out of chocolate wrappers has really led us to build something substantial over here.
Thank you for sharing. Mayank, we would like to hear from you.
So we started in 2019. I can say that we launched in January 2019. So there's a backstory to it. I was working and then I quit my job and I was jobless and I was traveling for like at least I can say like 3 to 4 months. I was just backpacking across, exploring places, and having the best time of my life, right? So when I was in Spiti Valley, I was there for like I was staying with the locals, like in the homestays and understanding what they do, farming with them and all that. So most of the houses were solar powered over there, and I was introduced to solar power over there. Right, so that is something that caught my attention, and I was like, fine, I will explore this. So coming back, I actually explored solar power. I started a solar power firm as well, which eventually did not click like how I wanted it to, and then back to square one, trying another things. And I just read an article saying that there's a plastic ban in Maharashtra in 2018 around August, right? That so around 2 a.m. in the night, I was just reading an article on how they're banning plastic straws, and I was just wondering how people are going to have tender coconut. What are the vendors going to do? Right? And that one article had the steel straw ad in it, and it started following me everywhere. So eventually, I ended up buying maybe like after a week or something. I didn't like the way it was. Right? It came in a plastic pack, and it's just not that good. Right? I mean, for the money that we pay, and I have keen interest in manufacturing, so I thought, okay, let's try doing this. And met a few people, and I had a budget of 10,000 rupees. That is all I had because I spent everything in holiday and all of that. So we made a machine. I made a machine in 1.5 months just to make some straws, and then we made straws by the end of 2018, I can say. And I started giving to a few restaurants just to try. I mean, it was just like a project for me, to be very honest. And they did not really appreciate it. And I didn't like the way we were giving it, in your hand, just giving it to them. It's so unhygienic. Why would anybody buy? Well, let's make a packaging around it. And then I ended up making the jute pouch that we have and put it on Amazon. Asked 10 people to buy it, 15 people to buy it. I GPaid them money and I told, I'm sending you a gift, just buy. They reviewed it, and first month was a little bad. I mean, obviously we got like 5-7 on it, but then we started picking up on Amazon. So that is how we started. We will price that. I was very, very clear that it has to be affordable, right? And in the first 2 months, I think the second month we got 100 orders, and the third month we got like 400 orders. So it just started increasing. We created an Instagram page with the name Minimo. So we were called Minimo earlier, right? When we started, we were called Minimo. And it was nice. And then a lot of people started messaging and telling us about the good work that we're doing. I was never a sustainable guy, right? And then that is how I was introduced to sustainability. I was like, okay, there's a community who actually does this, because I was always wondering, who are these people who buy straws? Right? I mean, who would buy straws apart from restaurants? And I was surprised. I mean, I was surprised by the way people are posting pictures, the kids drinking milk because of straws, having juice because of straws, getting excited in the morning to drink something because they have a steel straw, right? So it was very fascinating. And I think I would like to explore sustainable lifestyle and try and do my bit, since I am liking what I'm doing. And I was introduced to so many other products. I got to know that people use a bamboo toothbrush and they, carry their own cutlery, carry their own bottle. I'm like, it's easy. Let's do it. Right? So I went to buy a bamboo toothbrush. 5 times I tried. I couldn't. I mean, I wanted to buy from a brand and not Amazon, right? Even the Amazon has branded products. I thought, let's do it the nice way. But it was very expensive. So I had to go to Amazon and buy, right? And then I was not very happy with the way it came. And then cutlery said, I couldn't understand that, why 700, 500 for a piece of cutlery, right? I mean, so, okay. So one thing led to another, and then I saw the huge gap, because I'm making straws. I know how much it costs. So I know how much a cutlery would actually cost. And talking to a lot of people, we understood that there's a huge gap. And that is how I started with a vision that, we have to make sustainability affordable. There is a huge chunk of people out there like me who want to try it, who just want to give it a try, but they can't try because I would rather spend that money on something else, right? If I'm buying a toothbrush for 40 rupees, I don't mind paying 60 rupees for a bamboo toothbrush. But if I'm buying a toothbrush for 40 rupees, I will not pay 150, 200 rupees for a bamboo toothbrush. Play the masses, give it to everybody, and then see what happens. And I think we've been able to do that, and we are on a mission to make it accessible and at least for people to try. We don't know where it will lead, but they need to try, right? Without trying, we will not know. So our short-term goal is to make people try. Our long-term goal is to make it more affordable and make everything in India. While 90% of our products are made in India, I would like to have everything done here and give back. So we also work on a model where we are actually working with an organization. We are in talks where for every 5 toothbrushes that we sell, maybe from Mars or something, we will take care of one child's oral health. Right? So that is something that we've been working on, and so that is how we plan to give back as a brand and on a personal level as well. This is what inspires me to keep going on it every day. I'm sure there is a lot to it.
It was very nice listening to you. Kunal, over to you. Please tell us about your inspirations.
Sure. So as I said, we have been doing these practices back home from many years because, whenever we see this plastic going out and, filling all the landfill sites and all the water bodies polluted, we've seen a lot of news and articles on the lakes and rivers getting frothing and because of all the chemicals what we use and all those things. And also, the corona pandemic, which has come over, which is affecting the entire world. We felt that it's high time we give back something to the environment, give back something good, so that the Mother Earth would take care of us from the pandemic and all those things. And we were also, since we were following these practices back home, we were following some, people who are already doing these practices on Instagram and Facebook. And, suddenly when we were sitting in this lockdown, it inspired us saying, I think we should look at this as a, thing to give it back to the environment and give it to the society. So it's not only the humans affected, but the environment, the Mother Earth is also affected. So we need to give something back to it. So that's when, we just started off 2.5, 3 months back during almost the end of the lockdown. We just started off at home and we started off with very few products, whatever we could. Our motive is, to send the grey water very clean to the water channels. We don't want to use any chemicals, or we don't want to let out any chemicals, because see, it's not one house or one community. It's like millions of houses and millions of communities letting out their waste, the chemicals. See, every nook and corner of everybody's house is loaded with chemicals. Whether you start with your morning toothpaste or your shampoos, your soaps, your dishwash, your cleaners, everything is loaded with harmful chemicals. So all this put together, going out to the water bodies, polluting the water, and the same water is coming back to us in terms of food. And we are still consuming. See, now everybody says we want to go organic. They buy all organic grains, they buy all organic vegetables, but everything comes packed in plastic. So plastic is coming back to you. Have you ever thought of not using plastic when you're using organic food? No. So that's what it's happening. So we wanted to be completely plastic free. We wanted whatever we use or whatever products of ours is there, including the packaging, including the labels, should be recycled. That is what our motive was, because we don't want anything from our product to go out to the landfills and pollute the environment more. So that's how we employed completely sustainable packaging, sustainable products, and even the wastewater from our the grey water from our dishwash or the cleaners is a very good manure for your plants, your garden, your backyard. So the water is also reusable and it does not get into the landfills. There's no harmful chemicals. It's safe on your health. It's safe on earth. So this is what we've been doing, and yeah, that's our inspiration, that we should give back to the environment, basically.
All your answers were very inspiring indeed, and I would like to know what sustainable means to you all, and how do you how do you think the sustainable business is important in our lives, and just your ideas of sustainability is something that I would like to know, starting with you, Tanaya.
Right. So I think I'll address how is sustainable business important first, and then come to what it means to me. Uh, it's very, very important, not just because it's increasing awareness about the various ways in which you can actually lead a sustainable lifestyle. Like in this panel itself, there are 3 different ways in which you can actually adopt sustainable consumption in your own lifestyle, and that's just amazing. It but these businesses are actually giving you a way to do that. Whenever you learn about or even read about environmental issues, like it just overwhelms you with feelings of guilt and helplessness, because you're reading all this, the ocean is filling up with plastic, global warming, this and that, but you don't know how to solve it, because you read that this is happening because of vehicular emissions, or because of factory pollution, but you don't know how to solve these major issues, which leaves you feeling helpless. And what we don't realize is that we can actually do a lot. We can actually bring about a lot of change just by changing our own lifestyle and the way we consume. And that is a problem that sustainable businesses like these are helping to solve, because they're giving you a way out. They're giving you this opportunity to actually take action on such matters through their products or services, right? And to be sustainable for me personally, and even our brand as a whole, I think it's pretty simple. It's just to make change, like I've said, in whatever small way you can, because small change does matter, according to me. I'm going to use this very cliched and overused line that small drops make a mighty ocean, but it's cliched because it works, right? So I think making bamboo toothbrush in life can lead to greater sustainability for this environment and this planet. And even small things, simple things like not throwing water on Holi, or not bursting firecrackers on Diwali, can lead to big change. And I think it's these small steps that will eventually help us to make greater impact on our environment in a very positive way.
Thank you, Tanaya. Mayank, over to you.
Yeah, so I feel that sustainability in a business or in the way you live has become a norm, right? Be it, see, I wouldn't say that a millennial, as a millennial, or a millennial would be someone would he would be what to say, he would actually be how do I put it? Uh, he would actually follow a sustainable lifestyle if there is no social media, right? This is something that I have realized over a time. So it has become a tag of social acceptance, right? I mean, why would a 25-year-old boy buy straws? He doesn't have a kid. He doesn't drink milk with a straw, right? He doesn't drink juice with a straw. Why would he buy? So that he can put it on Instagram. People like you and me can see, and we give him a social tag. You know what? This guy is sustainable, right? I mean, it is something that is. I wouldn't say that everybody does it, but 90% of people who buy this do this, right? It's something that I have realized and I have seen. So it's okay. It's a good start, and I think this is the best way to show people what sustainability is, because once you have it and once it's there, you use it. Once you use it, you like it. You want people to try, right? In the end, so it has become more of a norm. Then I would say how it is, how sustainable businesses are helping or sustaining is a different thing. All the businesses are trying to do their own bit. You can't expect an HUL or a PNG to just stop running their factories or stop doing things. So they're trying to introduce packaging. They're trying to do their bit, right? Like how Tanaya said, everybody's trying to do that bit. That is what is important. And as a way of life, there is a lot of social buzz around it as well. So people are trying, and that is a good sign. And yeah, it's become relatively very easier. It's become easier to reach out to people and tell them on what it is. Tomorrow, you just tell an influencer to ask an influencer to talk about you, and there will be 100 people who will inbox you and ask you things. Right? The only gap that is there currently is affordability, but with more people coming in and when we see more brands doing things, that will also come down, right? I mean, the more people start doing it, the more there are more players, there are more opportunities. People are forced to get their prices down, work with a better business model. And so yeah, eventually I think in the next 5 to 10 years there's going to be a big change in the way people buy things, people carry things. And you already see a lot of people carry a lot of things, right? Now you see that earlier, if it was 1 out of 10 people who carry a water bottle, now you'll see 5 out of 10 people carry a water bottle if they're going to a cafe or a restaurant. So that it's not because they don't want to have the water from the plastic bottle. It's because there's something which is, so they try and keep things to themselves, so that there's a pandemic out there, right? Be it the pandemic or something that is actually helping people take that sustainable extra step towards a sustainable lifestyle. So I think things are heading in the right direction, and it's become relatively easier. And because of all the social media buzz, there's a social acceptance. So it's a lot easier, and you will see more people doing it. It's something that I feel.
Thank you, Mayank, for sharing. Kunal, over to you.
Well, sustainability to us is I would cite an example for this. Now, for example, you buy soaps. You buy soaps for your use. So everybody at home wants a different soap, and everybody wants to use their own choice. So what happens is they're buying, for example, if there are 4 people at home, they're buying 4 different soaps, and 4 different soaps are coming in 4 different plastic packaging. And then 4 different soaps are placed on 4 different soap dishes, which are made of plastic. So everywhere you're increasing your plastic. So if you take our herbal bath powder, this is a uniform product, universal product for babies to oldies. So everybody can use a single product, no need of plastic. It's packed in paper, so there's no plastic going out, including our labels, which are recyclable. So we should think of products which is of multi-use, and we should also think of sending less waste from our houses, and whatever we send should be biodegradable or compostable, so that it does not fill the landfills and the water going out is not affecting the water channels. So basically this is how a sustainable business is. So we should think of using products of multi-use, multi-purpose than for a single use. People should stop impulsive buying or panic buying. Somebody is buying something, oh, he's buying something, he's buying this, so I'll also buy this. So if it is not of use to you, you should not buy it. So whatever is of use to you, whatever is required, buy it. Don't do impulsive buying, and don't load more plastic to the environment. So that is how the sustainability is for us. And when you look at sustainable business, sustainable office, so this is what we are doing. We are, whatever we are buying, we make sure that we use it in multi different ways, and whatever we pack is all biodegradable and compostable. We ensure that zero plastic or zero waste is going out from our office. We ensure that we recycle everything. So reduce, reuse, and recycle is the key for any sustainable business.
Thank you so much. My next question is about the future. COVID-19, as you also mentioned, Kunal, in your answer, that it has changed perspective about sustainability. And what does the future in the business looks like? What does COVID-19, how has COVID-19 changed the perspective towards sustainability? And starting with you, Tanaya, please share about how future of products and how future of the business in sustainability looks like.
Right. So to start with how COVID-19 has affected this perspective, I think Even though we curse it so much, I think it's the wake up call that we all really needed to put things into perspective. Because, just a week or something into the lockdown, which was global, we observed that there were reduced carbon emissions because we reduced mobility. Suddenly, the air was cleaner. The canals were cleaner. In Venice, they saw dolphins after some 100 years or something, and we just realized that what we're doing, we're really harming the planet in some way. And it was a good wake up call to really put together that it's our lifestyle and our consumption that is actually causing such harm to the environment. Even with recent statement pieces like that climate change countdown clock, which was put up in New York, I think because of such pieces, we're becoming more aware of the significance of sustainability, not just on our planet, but on our individual lives. And this has, brought about a willingness among people to change, to bring positive environmental change. And with regards to the change in, our field of sustainable products, I think this future that you're speaking of has already begun, because um, we have, because of this pandemic, we've realized of the shortcomings in the way we live. And I think there are so many new brands that have started just in the last 6 months itself that promote sustainable living through their products and services. And it's so innovative, and it's a huge range of products. For example, we were approached by this company that sold only bamboo products. I think it was something like yours, Kunal. And sorry, bamboo products, my bad. And they make things from bamboo, from bowls, cutlery, to earrings, shaving brushes, toothbrushes, and some of them were even selling bamboo rakhis, for God's sake. So, like I said, small changes, but imagine if like 100 crore of us were to make switch from plastic toothbrush to a bamboo toothbrush, it would create such a huge difference, right? So I think if such innovation, if such creativity persists, there's a very bright future for sustainable living ahead.
Thank you, Tanaya. Over to you, Mayank.
So, how COVID-19 has affected business, or how it has changed my perspective towards a sustainable business? See, it's made for a sustainable brand, or for a brand that focuses more on reusing products, right? It has made it very easy when it comes to personal lifestyle. When it comes to a B2B or a restaurant or something, it is a cost increase because they have to use disposables everywhere, right? So that is one angle where you see that there's a lot of waste that is going to be generated, which is legit, which is not easy because it is very sensitive. You cannot go and tell a restaurant to not use disposables currently. You cannot, right? Because if I go, I would want a disposable plate if I am not very sure on where it is coming from. So here, there's an opportunity for a lot of brands. There's a brand called EcoWare, right? They make out of cornstarch and bamboo. So this is where they have to capitalize and do things that they do, right? And when it comes to a business perspective, majorly everything is happening e-commerce, and I have seen a trend where we were doing, say, X amount of revenues in March. April was nothing, May was fine, and in August, once everything opened up, our revenues have tripled, right? And it's only increasing. So what this shows is there are a lot of people buying online, right? So that way, be it a sustainable business or any business, an e-commerce business is booming, right? Be it a small business or a big business, everybody is seeing growth in the revenue, major of them. So when it comes to the business point of it, yes, it has been better for e-commerce brands, to be very honest. When it comes to sustainability, for sustainable brands who are selling, who are giving solutions which are reusable, which are hygiene focused, yes, this is the right time. For brands which are more focused on lifestyle products, on luxury lifestyle products, I am not very sure on how it is. But yes, when it comes to a sustainable business and products which, see, like, for example, Kunal said, right, that people should buy soaps, eco-friendly soaps, eco-friendly detergents. If it is affordable and if it is provided the right way, people will, because everybody is looking for things online. If they see you, they will buy you, right? So it's become easier. I mean, if it is making sense, then yes, people are ready to learn online. People are spending a lot of time online. People are working from home, so they have a lot of time to explore things. You need a break, you log on to your Instagram. If you see my ad, you buy it, because now when you're sitting at home, you know you need laundry detergent. If you're not sitting at home, you don't know. Now you are sitting at home, right? So you know. It's all about visibility, and yeah, it's been good. I think post COVID has been a better for major. I mean, for a lot of chunk of e-commerce business, it's been a good a break. And like Tanaya also said, right? We all needed that pause. The planet needed to breathe, and it gave us a reality check. It did give us a reality check. If you can just compare the pictures of then and now, you will know like how it has actually given us a big space. And it's nice to, I mean, I wouldn't say the situation was nice, but it's nice to have that breather, right? So yeah,
Thank you so
it's an
much.
upward trend actually.
Thank you, Mayank. Kunal, over to you.
So, as Tanaya said, COVID is the wake up call. The lockdown is the wake up call. So, we have learned a lot of things from this pandemic. So it's high time, we think of more sustainable, eco-friendly, chemical-free products and lifestyle, so that we don't contribute more towards global warming, carbon footprints, climate change, and all those things. Otherwise, we are bound to suffer more with more calamities and more pandemics like COVID in the future. So at least every citizen, if they do one small change towards the environment by either buying a sustainable product or doing sustainable practices or something, it's a great change to the environment. So it's time we do something good to Mother Earth, so that the Mother Earth does good for us. uh, so I think it's like a give and take thing. So we give Mother Earth, it gives us good. If we start treating her good, she starts treating us good. So I think everyone should start, practicing one by one. If not everything, so everybody cannot do every sustainable practice or sustainable product overnight. So at least one product or one practice by one citizen. Uh, this future of our world, of our Mother Earth, is it's going to be very good. All of us can live happily, all of us can stay healthy, and yeah, I mean, the future is sustainable, and sustainable is attainable, as we are discussing.
Thank you, Kunal. I just have a last question from you all, and we will conclude after that. So, what do you think will be the scale of sustainability products in the future? We have discussed future a little bit in our last question, but I would still like to know, what do you think of companies like Reliance and Amazon, and how their small changes can bring up a big change? For example, how the packaging of Amazon is, things like that. How can that bring up a change in the future? And also with the incentives of the government, how government policies can make a big change in sustainable businesses. How can government intervene in providing sustainable products as at cheaper price, as Mayank's company is trying, or even Kunal, you mentioned you're trying to give an affordable range to people. So how can Indian audience benefit? First, through scale, variety of products, as well as government intervention. Starting with you, Tanaya, please.
Right. So I think, like you mentioned, for Amazon especially, packaging is their responsibility. And I coincidentally just received a video yesterday of how Amazon has used this huge, I don't know to mention, but like this big box for packaging 3 small products, and they wasted so much cardboard and paper and just delivering that much. It's not like they were, delicate items. They were all enclosed in plastic hard covers. So how can they actually make it, it's not just about making it sustainable, it's also about making it smart and efficient, right? So I think a big change in that area would definitely be switching to less plastic usage, lesser non-biodegradable material like Kunal has been propagating. And when it comes to other consumption, I think the thing we really need to cut back on is electronic waste, because that is huge. I mean, it's not just about companies producing it in excess, but also there's a demand supply side to it, right? It's not just that companies are increasing production, but it's also because we are demanding and we are encouraging this increased production. And especially I think one of the biggest issues in this area is obsolete production, where companies design products for them to be dumped in the next few months itself, so that we come back and buy from them again. And this is something, this style of consumption is something that we can actually prevent from our end, which will make companies stop obsolete production, which is, I think, one of the biggest issues in excess plastic waste being produced. For example, how many of us just rush to buy the new iPhone every time it releases, every year, even though our old phones are working just fine, right? I think it's us consumers that need to make the switch from running after consumeristic products to long lasting, high quality. And I think the companies will automatically resonate, because they will always want to supply what the consumers are demanding, right? And from the government's point of view, I think there definitely should be way more not just restrictions but laws regarding sustainable production and consumption. I mean, I know recently Maharashtra government has imposed a plastic ban, but to what extent is it actually working? Because every time I go to McDonald's, I still see them using plastic straws and cutlery. And to what extent is this being really enforced? And how are you regulating such laws and policies on an individual or a smaller scale, right? Because that's where it matters most. When such small scales are combined together, and when positive change is brought about in individual lives, that's when the collectivistic change can really be seen. So I think definitely stricter policies.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tanaya. Very well put in points. Mayank, over to you.
Yeah, so when it comes to big organizations like Flipkart, Amazon, so we sell majorly on Amazon also, right? I mean, we were dependent on Amazon majorly, but now we have two different avenues, and it's nice to be everywhere. But the thing that I have noticed with Amazon over the past 1 year is, they have started taking steps. Not that they haven't, but for an organization of that level, it's going to take a few years, right? So now when we do a lot of, I'll give an example. So I'll give you a positive and a negative side of it. So when we do FBA, right, we send it to their warehouses, and then they pack and send goods to the customers for quicker delivery, right, to different warehouses. So here when we get returns, earlier it used to be plastic tapes. Now Amazon started using paper tapes in most of the states. So that in itself is a huge step, right? I mean, paper tapes is something that is the box to again you'll reuse if it's of good quality. Right? Tapes is something that you just throw away, and they use like nice, good quality paper tapes. Very nice to see. The drawback to, I mean, and another thing I think that they need to focus on is how they send return packages. Right? If something is damaged in the warehouse, or for a small piece of pack of straw, right? This size, they sent me a big box. Right, like how Tanaya said. So that is very surprising, because one thing, it adds to their cost, right? And also it's not sensible. I mean, it's just that the company is so process oriented, right? It's so process oriented that nobody has an option to actually do something else. So I think it has to start from the core when it comes to such organizations. They need to be known with such issues. I think probably writing a tweet to them or telling them that, what, this is happening. They don't even know. I mean, the high chances they don't know, right? So as a consumer or as a brand, I mean, if they are supporting you and they're doing so many things for you, when you like them for certain things and you don't like them for certain things, you should tell them. Right? After that, if they don't take action, then it's a different thing. So I feel it's a collective effort. They are taking their own what to say, steps in doing things, it'll take some time. So that way, yes, we need them to be a little more aggressive. And when it comes to government policies, I think that plastic ban on plastic straws and plastic covers was a good move. I mean, now people are getting used to carrying their own bags, right? Now you don't go out without a bag, right? You don't go out without a bag because you'll have to shell out another 30 rupees extra to buy that bag, which is not of good quality as well. Correct. So that is one good step. I think when it comes to big organizations, they need to have better waste management policies. It has to be a little more regulated on how things are being dumped. They should have. See, Bangalore has a good waste segregation policy as well. They have two bins, where one bin is biodegradable and recyclable bin, another one is plastic waste, right? But only Bangalore has that. Few parts of Maharashtra has that. Tamil Nadu doesn't have that. In Chennai, we don't have it. Even if I segregate it in my office, who will pick it up? I can't keep going and throwing it away, right? The same person taking a boat together, then why do I segregate? So I think these are the small things that they need to maybe start with. Make it like a national thing and not a state-wise thing, like how the plastic ban was a national thing. Waste segregation should probably be a national thing, right? I mean, if these are taken care of, I think as at a consumer level, automatically that awareness will come in, right? If government starts telling you, you automatically you will not throw a packet on the road. When they start telling you that there are two bins, you are supposed to put it in this, put it in this, put it in this, automatically you start putting it in this. When they stop, smoking in public. I mean, people do smoke in public, but you see a lot of reduction. They're scared now. थोड़ा डर लगता है. पहले क्या है, कहीं पे भी खड़े used to smoke. Now they have to find a place to smoke. So automatically you don't see a lot of buds at a lot of places, right? So I mean, yeah, a national campaign is what I think is needed instead of doing a state policy to move things quicker and more, so that people take it more seriously.
Thank you, Mayank. Over to you, Kunal, please.
I think Tanaya and Mayank have covered most of what I wanted to say. So I'll just keep it very simple. What the government should do to do sustainable more scalable and make it big, I think imposing bans and imposing fines is a part of it. So that's one way. And the other way is I think they should start promoting sustainable businesses and sustainable products by maybe giving them more opportunities or subsidies or whatever for the businesses. And also they should encourage customers to buy sustainable products by doing campaigns, or they can do some rewards for the consumers who buy sustainable products and stuff. Maybe as Mayank said, they should do a lot of campaigns. They start promoting it. They should probably take it more seriously on this front, so that the future of everyone is good, future of Mother Earth is good. And slowly and steadily, I think if every citizen, every government starts following one thing at a time towards sustainability, towards eco-friendly, towards climate change, I think it's going to be wonderful. It's going to reach bigger heights. There's no doubt about it.
Thank you.
All I would say is sustainable is attainable.
Thank you so much, everyone. It has been great. The Final Stand is extremely grateful to have you on board. And there were a lot of takeaways from my side too. I learned a lot. And I'm very thankful to all of you for doing what you're doing as your bit. And I try to do mine. And I hope people who listen to this start doing their own. We would link their handles below and you can check their products out. I really liked all of your products. And I would say that the steps that we are taking would really reach to better future, if not the perfect or what we dream of, but clearly better. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you, everyone. Do you have anything else to add on?
Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks, Ashita. It was very nice speaking to you. Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
So I will just pause the recording once. Wait.